This is math integration for PE, enhancing math skills through active learning. I am Megan McCraney. This is my 12th year teaching that I just wrapped up. I'm at a 3rd through 5th grade school in Middle Georgia. My prior teaching experience was, we used to be a pre-K through 5th grade school. Prior to that, I was on a middle school, and before that, my first year was teaching at an alternative school. I graduated from Georgia Southern with my bachelor's in physical education, health and PE, with a minor in coaching, and then my master's from kinesiology from Georgia Southern, then my specialist in curriculum and instruction from Piedmont, where I'm currently working on my curriculum instruction doctorate. Benefits of integrating math into PE. You enhance student engagement and motivation. You're reinforcing math concepts through physical activities. You're supporting our kinesthetic learners and providing a fun and dynamic way to practice math skills while encouraging teamwork and cooperation. So all these good things can come from us just taking just a few activities, tweaking them a little bit to integrate math. For Georgia's math standards, we have some new standards. 3rd grade, the main concept is understanding multiplication and division, fractions, and area. 4th grade, we are doing multi-digit math, factors, multiple, symmetry, and then 5th grade fractions, decimals, volumes, and coordinate planes. If we're thinking about those as our main concepts for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, which is what I teach at the school I'm at, then I can go into a little bit more detail with those needs for those grade levels. For 3rd grade math, we can have a multiplication relay where we practice multiplication facts. Set up cones with multiplication problems. Students run to a cone, solve the problem, run back, tag the next teammate. So this is helping our math literacy, reinforcing recall. Just keep in mind the students need to take turns, maintain a safe distance when we're doing those tag games. That's very simple. This is more of an instant activity that we do right when we come in the gym. We can start off with this one. Fraction fitness circuit, we understand the objective is to understand fractions in equal parts. Set up stations with exercises like a jump rope, jumping jacks, and then assign fractions to each station. Do half of the jumping jacks you can do in 1 minute. So in 1 minute, I could probably do 40. Well, what's half of that? I'm going to do 20 of them. Half of 20. Half of 40 is 20. Math integration, visual and physical representation of fractions so we can see the different fractions. I like to have hula hoop games where we have different equipment means different things. So a poly spot is my pepperoni, and I need pepperoni in half of my pizza. So we can do that. Just different kind of things that you just work to, especially like if they've just done a bunch of jumping jacks, they're tired. This is a way to just integrate math without having them run around a whole bunch. Area obstacle course. So the objective is to calculate the area of different shapes. You can set up an obstacle course with different markers, squares, rectangles, whatever, and then students can calculate that area as they walk through the course. You can change out finding the area for all kinds of different math things, but it's practical application of the area of calculation. So they are truly trying to figure out at the same time that they're playing the area so that they're not stumped on this math concept, but they are still moving and are active. For 4th grade, factor find. Identify factors of numbers. Place numbers on cones around the area, and then students run to cones, write down the factors of the number on that cone. This is very simple. We like to use dry erase for this. I don't need to keep the papers, but we have a bunch of dry erase boards, and that's one really easy, really quick way to do that. I already have numbered sleeves that I put on my cones just to help for other organizational things. This is a great tool to use for that. For math, it really helps to reinforce understanding the factors. to keep everybody safe. We maintain clear pathways for running, and then we got to be respectful in competition and teamwork. Another 4th grade activity is symmetry scavenger hunt. We're just looking for symmetrical objects. So I can hide objects, or they can look around without me putting anything out. What objects are symmetrical, and can you move them to see them be asymmetrical? So is there a way that you can hold, let's just say a cell phone, for example. If you hold your cell phone up and you're looking at the screen, is it perfectly symmetrical? Some are not. But then is there a way that you can hold this to where it looks asymmetrical? Is there a way that you can adjust, or it can seem a different way? So just different kind of critical thinking, but this helps to enhance recognition of symmetry and shapes. Another 4th grade game is perimeter dash. Calculate perimeter of shapes. So you've got different shapes on the ground with tape. You can run, calculate the perimeter, and when they have their calculations and they're correct, they win if they are the first one to finish. But you get points for every answer that you have that's correct, and it's just a way to, like, again, involve math, but also an instant activity. This isn't what we'll do for the day, but it's just how we start off. For 5th grade, we'll have fraction and decimal relay. Convert fractions to decimals and vice versa would be the objective. So set up relay stations with a fraction or decimal problem. You solve a problem, run to the next station. This strengthens conversion skills between fractions and decimals. I like to start easy, like with half. What is half of 2? What is half of 4? Okay, what is the fraction for that? And so that really just kind of helps make things concrete for the kids. Volume challenge. Calculate volume of 3D shapes. So I can create stations with various containers and estimate and calculate the volume of each container. This just gives them a practical application of volume calculations, which they'll see when it's time for GMAS. Make sure that your containers are safe to handle. We're obviously not putting a bunch of liquid into things that will easily spill, especially dangerous things. So be mindful of what containers you're using. And the last game for 5th grade math is coordinate plane game. I love to take my little tape and set up a coordinate grid and call out coordinates, and the students run to that coordinate to the correct point, and it just helps them understand coordinate planes in a place outside of their math classroom. So kind of gives some not real life application, because we're still just playing a game to where we're learning things, but it helps it make it a little bit more concrete for them. Protocols and procedures for management. Establish their rules and objectives at the beginning of every activity, and I love to use a visual aid so that they can see what they're supposed to be doing. For the students who may have ADD, ADHD, and can't focus for instruction, it's just another way to help out and have that visual aid there. Effective transition. I have the transition a Tabata timer free online. Just look up Tabata timer, and you can put in how long you want the students at the station and the amount of time you want them to transition. They can see that on the board. If it's their time at a station, it's green. If it's their transition time, the screen turns red. It still shows the time, so they know exactly what's going on. And then active supervision, move around, monitor, address your issues as soon as you see them, and then having kids responsible enough to see something, say something goes a really long way. If you see some kids that are off task, they hate math, they don't want to be there, they're goofing off, you might see it, but there are other things that you might miss, and if you have students that are responsible enough to say, hey man, that could be a little dangerous, or let's not do that, that could get out of hand, having that responsible student goes a long way. Assessing student learning. I tend to use checklists a lot. Peer feedback is good. I like to have peers, especially for if they're struggling. Watch what your friends are doing, and you're looking for them to, and then fill in the blank. If you give them a task, all right, watch this team, and you're looking for them to give me 3 right answers. That's going to be helpful. Encourage safety and good sportsmanship. So you go over the rules, make sure we're staying safe, give the proper equipment. And then for positive behaviors, we really just want to, when we see those, recognize those, reinforce them by letting everybody know, hey, I see this, and this is actually what we want to see more of. Again, I'm Megan McCraney. If you have any questions about this or anything else, that's my email right here, meganmccraney@hcbe.net. Just let me know and I will reach out to you. Thank you.